Why so secretive? So why are exclusive libraries such a secret? You hear me or other composers talk about being in an exclusive library, or you hear Jesse on Sync My Music, and he talks about why he doesn't share libraries or why we shouldn't share libraries. In a recent interview with Dave Kropf, we talked about this very issue. Why don't we share these music libraries? Now, I didn't include this in our last video because, well, we talked too much. But I just really thought this would be better to save for a separate video. And so here we are. Yes, both Dave and I feed exclusive libraries, and there are some that we can't talk about. But why? Is it some kind of
ancient Chinese secret?
It's really not a secret, but there are reasons why we can't share every library we are in. Sorry. So if you're new to this channel and would like to get some info on how to make music income, which is what this site is called, I have a free ebook called 50 Ways to Make Music Income. It's a quick read, and it may spurn you to think about ideas. Yes, I said spurn. Spurn you to come up with different ideas for how to make money with your music, including music licensing, which is what we are going to talk about today. Also, this will get you signed up for our email list, and you want to be signed up for the email list, as I've said, because we are going to be putting out very soon our first course and ebook. It's all about stock libraries, how they work, how to sign up with them, and the direct links and all that kind of stuff. It's about to drop soon. Still working on it, but it's just around the corner. So make sure you sign up for that email list. Get yourself a free book. There are literally unlimited ways to make money making music, and I try to outline a lot of them in this ebook. So make sure you sign up. Paul Simon even wrote a song about this, you might remember.
There must be 50 ways to
make music income. Get your ebook. Whoosh. Okay, so let's talk about why no one wants to share the exclusive libraries they work with, and they hold that information very close to their chest and really just only talk about it privately, or they talk about the libraries that everybody knows about already. Well, my friend Dave Kropf and I got into this conversation as he talked about the 4 or 5 libraries he works with, but we also got into the question of why nobody shares the libraries they are in. Here's what we talked about. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Kropf. You know, when people ask me what libraries do you work with, it's a sticky question versus stock licensing, which is like everybody knows what the stock licensing ones are. If you don't, then here's a list. I mean, everybody should go towards those. I feel in the sync world, that's a much more personal relationship that you find with them.
Absolutely. And
so it's hard for you just to announce publicly. But I think there is one that I can talk about, and I talk about a lot, and I think you're involved with them too, and that's Scorekeepers. And that's just an easy find just by Googling. You can find Scorekeepers online.
Yep.
And
Scorekeepers was one was a taxi placement that I got. Yep.
So, you know, I think that is one that I do talk about, and at some point I'm probably going to do a video about them and what it's like to work with them. But I'm going to wait till I get a placement first. Well, actually... No, that was another library.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because it's all of that information's available, but the reason I'm not like mentioning the specific libraries is because I don't know if it's mine to tell. I don't want to invite unsolicited emails and contact to them from this interview. That's not my place.
Unless you were personally talking with someone and said, you know, I love your stuff, just like they did with you to get you into the CBS one. And or the guy did on the thing. He heard your music and said that could be useful. I just did that for one of my clients who is a country songwriter, and I asked one of my libraries, I said, do you have any interest in music that sounds like it was written in a 1980s Nashville studio, demo studio? Because that's what this guy has a billion of. And my guy said, yeah, actually. And so I kind of brokered a deal. I was a bit of a sync agent there, you know, getting these into this library. So, but that's a personal relationship into that library versus, hey, everyone on internet, call up this library and deluge them with stuff that they have probably no interest in. So
that's right. I mean, Google is your friend. Musiclibraryreport.com is fantastic. And I do know that one of them has since stopped unsolicited submissions. The production, like, I think COVID kind of, the cat's out of the bag. I think COVID kind of magnified like production music. I think it's much less of an underground kind of industry secret maybe as it once was. My channel, your channel is proof of that there is interest. People are looking for a way to have a sustainable career in the industry, and production music is a very tangible way to do that. But that also means that now anybody with a laptop and GarageBand can like whip up some loops and then just start firing them off. And it's overwhelming some of these music supervisors.
It really is. And so if anybody was watching this and wondering why Dave and I aren't just saying, well, here are our libraries, boom, boom, boom. It's that for that very reason. And because they are very careful in what they bring in, just like labels are very careful on, you can't just go and go meet an A&R guy at Capitol. You have to have an in. You have to have someone referring you to them.
They are relationships, and I want to back up. The library that I messaged and name dropped, I asked my friend, "Would it be okay if I do this?" I didn't just like go around his back. Would you be okay if I reached out to this library, and I would love to mention that we've talked. So this wasn't this like nefarious thing, because these are relationships that I have cultivated, and so I have personal cell phone numbers of these library owners, and if they kind of feel like I'm just blabbing it all out there, and then people that I don't know, just because they're watching a YouTube video, are now blasting them, then that can potentially damage the relationship that I've spent 6, 7, 8 years cultivating.
Right.
Because at the heart of it, this whole industry it's relationship and community, and we're all in this together.
Yeah. And one other resource I will mention on this video is Jesse on Sync My Music. He has a great licensing book. It's like an ebook. It's like $40 or something like that, but it lists everybody in the business as far as the sync licensing companies. And, you just have to be smart. You have to go to their website. I can go to a website in like 2 seconds and know if it's for me or not. Or if I think, oh, it looks good, now let me go through what they have, and would they be interested in my music because they're low on jazz, or they're low on piano music, or the things that I do that I know I have or that I want to send them. So you have to really research it. You have to do research. You have to do work. Sorry, but I think
it's a job. If you're asking someone to give you money, then you've got to earn it.
Okay, so I hope that really helps explain a little bit why we don't just blab all the sync libraries that we're working with and just tell everybody, yes, I got in this library, and this library, and this library, and you can too, and so go ahead. It's because we have relationships there. It's because we want to be careful not to give out information that isn't ours to give. All of the libraries I work with is a personal relationship that I worked to find and worked to cultivate and protect, in case they don't want a deluge of composers sending stuff to them. Now, stock libraries are designed to work with the masses. They are set up for that. Sometimes they don't do that great in keeping up with all the submissions, but that's what they are for. And again, make sure you're signed up for our email list, because we're going to be talking and going through all the stock music libraries, who they are, which ones you might want to submit to, and how to submit to them. So make sure you're signed up for that. And I also want to say we offer a free course for uploading to Pond 5. You can find that just right here or down below in our website, or just go to MakeMusicIncome.com/Pond5. If you have any comments on sync libraries or this issue of sharing sync libraries, make sure you leave a comment below, and I will certainly get back to you and give you my thoughts. And again, you can see the entire video with Dave right here. Dave cracks me up, and we get into lots of things about how he does 52 licensing cues a year and also works full-time as an educator. Hey, if this has helped, make sure you like the video and also subscribe up here in the curtains somewhere. We're getting to a lot of fun things about making music income. Would love to have you here. Thanks for watching.